Alright, guys. I'm here at work again. It's a new work week, something. It's gonna be coming up slowly. Rasasi Oudh Al Misk. Yeah, guys. Just kidding. Alright. Oudh Al Misk. I don't know if I can do this right now. Maybe I shouldn't even be reviewing right now. Anyway. Guys, this is a really simple fragrance. Where are we at here? I wasn't gonna pull up the notes, but I guess I will. Bergamot, galbanum, lemons, clary sage, geranium, jasmine in the heart, cedarwood, vetiver, patchouli, sandalwood, ambergris, musk. Alright, guys. So this is like you get sort of a the galbanum and the clary sage in the opening. It kind of like mute the citrus notes in the opening and it kind of rounds them off. It's like somebody took like the EQ and like in a stereo and turned the highs down, just kind of rolled off the highs. So although this is really citrusy, the galbanum and the clary sage just kind of like roll off the highs, so it's not piercing at all. So it almost like the citruses don't really last very long because of that, because of the galbanum. And what you get out of the galbanum and the clary sage, well, I mean, I guess the galbanum is like this sweet note, kind of has a reminiscence of a like almost vanilla-y, but it has this like dark kind of feel, kind of darker vibe. So even though this is like fresh, it still has like a warmer vibe. This fragrance as a whole is like warmer, has a warmer kind of thing going on. Definitely, I don't think this is very strong. And to my nose or my skin, this is not very strong. This is kind of just like a weaker EDT. And even if you do get good longevity and sillage, you're probably getting nothing but wood. Because when this dries down, I literally get just sandalwood and cedar, like with a slight amount of ambergris, and that galbanum sweetness is still running through the whole thing, and patchouli, a really light amount of vetiver. The geranium and the jasmine, they're kind of subdued. They're in the background. So I'll try to like describe this scent with a little bit more cleverness. To me, after about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it starts to dry down. It gets really fruity. But it also gets like this, almost like sweet, like a cookie or like a muffin or something. So I feel like it has reminiscence of a like that fruit leather. I'm not sure if you're familiar with like fruit leather. Not fruit roll-ups. That's too like synthetic and sharp. I'm talking like a natural fruit bar or natural fruit leather, some sort of like fruity energy bar mixed with like honey, like a granola bar. So to me, it reminds me of like a fruity granola bar or like Fig Newtons. Or both, all of it. So I'm getting kind of a gourmandy feel from it, even though it's not a heavy gourmand. But yeah, I'm thinking like Fig Newtons, fruity granola trail mix with like raisins and dates. Yeah, the fruits in this are like dried fruits. And I mean, the only thing it says is grapefruit and bergamot, but like, maybe that's true. It might just be the galbanum mixing with the grapefruit and bergamot. It's giving this kind of like dried fruit accord. But yeah, it's like you took a Ronco electric food dehydrator, threw on some like dates, apricots, apricot. It kind of has an apricot-y, almost a figgy vibe. But I don't think there's no fig in this, so don't get me wrong. It's just kind of like a Fig Newton cookie. But that doesn't last too long, maybe like an hour and a half, and it semi-quickly, gently rolls down to a cedarwood, sandalwood, very woody base. And I think projection is pretty low. Projection's pretty low after the first hour. I bet you get maybe like 1 hour of good projection. Then it does become kind of close, maybe like 4 to 6 inch projection off your skin, maybe. I have been told that there is a presence around me. But that was when I sprayed I sprayed maybe like 10, 12 sprays in one day. And my coworker, Julie, was like, she smelled me like 6, 7 feet away. She's like, man, you sprayed a lot. I'm like, is it offensive? And she's like, no, I like it. And I was like, good. She's like, no, it smells pretty good. It's pretty clean. I was like, all right, kind of clean. But yeah. But I can't stress enough that there's some sort of like muted factor. It's something that's like muting the whole composition, quieting it down, making it a little more subtle and sophisticated. Maybe not sophisticated, but a little more subtle. I think that's the galbanum. Galbanum and the clary sage, man. But yeah, I'm not getting like, it's definitely not very much ambergris, if there is. I don't think this was designed to be a very powerful, pungent, extremely loud. It's very understated, classy, inoffensive, warm. It kind of reminds me of like walking on dirt barefoot. It also reminds me of something that Jean-Claude Elena would make. If Jean-Claude Elena wasn't trying to make the loudest goddamn bitter earth orange he ever did with Terre de Hermes, he might have made something classier and more subdued and understated. So, but it's still nowhere near as fresh as the Terre de Hermes fresh version. But people have said this is like a Creed or like a Aventus, but it's not. And when my impressions video, I said it was smoky, but it's not really smoky. It's like a sweet, like a dark sweet. And it doesn't sparkle. There's nothing sparkly about this. So get that out of your brain. You might think this sparkles and it's fresh, but it's not sparkly. It's kind of like that rounded off, like I said, like somebody turned the dial off on the highs and piercing highs of the fragrance and rolled it back. But I would say it's subtly sweet, dried fruit, earthen. Reminds me of like something Jean-Claude Elena would do. Except for I don't think he'd be satisfied with something this held back. Elena has some sort of like piercing, in every one of his compositions, something is cutting through. There's nothing really cuts through in this. It's literally just like very round and clean and subtly sweet, like a Fig Newton. Fig Newton, fruit leather candy, just pleasant. Maybe like it smells like somebody's making some sort of like mincemeat pie, some fruit pie from in a distance. But you're getting like the baked kind of smell, like the bakey side of things, not like buttery baked pie kind of a thing. Good work scent. I don't think you're gonna get very many compliments with it. You can really go liberal. There's no reason to just not spray this. You can just spray this like crazy. It doesn't like shout. This does not shout really. And even when it does shout, it's like muffled. It's got those muted tops. So it's like this creamy, buttery, lingering smell. So I quite like it. I kind of like having a scent that I can just like play with. So, I mean, I wouldn't recommend this as like a first purchase for anybody who's getting into Rasasi. This does not show off the house. Doesn't show off their strength or their sillage. I'm getting Egraman soon, so I'm gonna review that or wear that and review that one. It's supposed to have like Green Irish Tweed vibes, but maybe not as strong. So we'll see how that works out. But maybe for like a first Rasasi, I would say get a different scent. Maybe if you want like a sexy date night scent, get that Tasmine. I don't have any plans on getting Tasmine, but I would stick with all Wisam Day. If I was gonna make a first Rasasi purchase, all Wisam Day is to get you into the house. That's the juice to like suck you in, man. All Wisam Day, killer. That one pops. That one's like sharp, citrusy. This is round and buttery. So that's Oudh Al Misk. Oh yeah, oud. I don't know, man. There's like probably the smallest amount of some sort of sweet, fruity oud in this, if there is oud, tucked under the already really subtle ambergris. So if there is oud in this, it's microscopic. You definitely get like a presence. It's a warm, pleasant scent. It's inviting. So for that, I give it 7 out of 10. This is a fragrance for guys who don't want to shout and scream, I have a fragrance. It's definitely not aquatic. It's definitely not your everyday Western citrus. This is not Chanel this is not your Versace Pour Homme or your Chanel Homme Sport or Bleu d'Issey, or not Bleu d'Issey, sorry. Gosh, I can't think right now. The Chanel Blue, whatever. Bleu de Chanel. This is not like that. Again, this is rounder. There is no sharp top to this. So, that's my review of that. I'd give it a 7 out of 10 overall with very low sillage, low projection. It's long lasting on the skin, but it's got low sillage and low projection. So keep that in mind, guys. If you want good sillage, you have to douse yourself in it, and then you will get pretty good sillage for about 2-3 hours. But I'm talking like 10 sprays. But then again, it's only, it's $16. So I don't care about freaking spraying myself 30 times. Whatever. I want to blast through this as fast as possible. So, but then again, guys, don't annoy people unless you're me. Be safe and go buy all Wisam Day. Hell, buy Oudh Al Misk. If you're a classy gent, you don't want something that screams, Oudh Al Misk is your juice. Thanks for watching.